To a world in distress and suffering, love and care come as relief and welfare, touching lives from newborn to elderly, from the sick to the disabled, from the destitute to the deprived, like the flame of the lamp that spreads light and lights up many other lamps. Canara Bank Relief and Welfare Society, a humble initiative with exemplary endeavors, bringing light to many a life in dark. Welcome to a different world, the world of the visually challenged. It's dark, it's small, it's limited, it's dependent. Close your eyes and see their world just for a few seconds. Isn't it very different? Without being helped and assisted, it's a challenge to live in that world. Now, open your eyes. Let the light help you see what they can't. Ability to see gives us the ability to gain knowledge. We watch, we observe, and we read. Those with visual impairments are deprived of this. Instead, they need to feel and hear. For a long time, for the unsighted, it was a dark, self-absorbed world, until 1824, when Louis Braille, the French educator, developed a system of raised point reading. He put each letter of the alphabet within a cell of 6 raised dots and devised a simple technique of reading for the blind. Today, those 6 dots have evolved and are adapted to many languages, enabling hundreds of thousands of visually impaired people to read. In today's world, where the differently abled are being progressively included in mainstream life, the visually challenged are expected to be on par with sighted people in their academic pursuits. The preparation for this mainstreaming must start early, at the school level. Blind children are required to follow common curriculum at school: language, history, geography, science, mathematics. Every subject is taught and learnt by these children alongside children with eyesight. And here lies the challenge. And it is a big challenge. We need books that blind children can read and understand the subject to prepare for examinations. They need a Braille version of every textbook. As of 2011, it is estimated that there are about 14.10 lakh school-aged blind children in India. In Bengaluru urban district alone, there are about 24,000 of them. Assuming each of these 24,000 children needs 10 books every year, 2.40 lakh Braille books will have to be made available. This is an enormous task.
Braille Books transcription is hard work, and when people say look at the transcribers typing the text, people feel it's just a matter of typing and producing the books. But that's not true.
These are produced on special paper, both manually and with modern machinery by skilled people. Braille books are bulky and cost a lot, much more than the printed books. Voluntary efforts and the generosity of many are perhaps the best viable route for producing these Braille books. Mathru Chaya leads this spirit of voluntary effort in Bengaluru through its Braille Transcription Center initiative. It has printed and distributed over 5,000 Braille books covering over 1,500 titles. This has helped over 10,000 school-going blind children acquire academic knowledge. Started nearly 25 years ago, this initiative is seeded by the vision of Canara Bank Relief and Welfare Society.
Starting Braille Transcription Center 25 years ago by Canara Bank Relief and Welfare Society was a good initiative in helping the visually challenged. Overcoming all the initial challenges, The center grew stronger by the support of the management, encouragement from the volunteers and caring staff members of Mathru Chaya.
It is steered and taken forward by a team of volunteers, readers, braillists, transcribers, proofreaders, artists, printers, binders, and managers. Together, they help blind students gain academic knowledge by producing the prescribed school textbooks and hundreds of other works, and also provide employment opportunity to the visually challenged transcribers.
Our center was constituted to help the visually impaired people. We have been successful in this regard. Our center is supported by nearly 100 selfless volunteers who support us in our day-to-day activities.
It is a small group dedicated to a game-changing and significant task. Every single Braille book is an outcome of sincere human effort. Readers and Braillists play a key start role. They must be conversant with academic words and terms of varied curricular subjects in different languages. Readers' pronunciation must be accurate. They need to have tremendous tenacity in dealing with the skilled Braillists, many who are themselves blind. More than anything else, readers must be understanding of the limitations of the Braillist, who do an extremely arduous manual task every day.
I appreciate the total involvement and dedicated service rendered to the institution by volunteers, staff, donors, and in particular Tech Mahindra authorities.
At Mathru Chaya, the strength is in its volunteers and their willingness to maximize society's limited resources. As with the progress of information technology, more and more transcribing is veering towards software-based workflow. Volunteers need to quickly double up as typists and also be able to proof and correct the software-generated OCR faults. They should be conversant in both the language and Braille and be able to convert one to the other, and also ensure that the computer-generated Braille is accurate. At Mathru Chaya, the volunteers have briskly learned the new software systems from the ground up. They have transformed themselves from simple readers to computer-savvy transcribers, often even without any formal training. Inputting content into computers has gone beyond manual typing of the text. The newer challenges include scanning of text and images from printed books, optical character recognition, conversion of scanned text into editable formats, spell checking and proofreading, and converting such edited text into sim Braille in order to check for its Braille correctness of alphabets, numbers, and punctuations. Always committed to deliver, the volunteers at Mathru Chaya have quickly mastered many software tools to meet the challenges. Let's not forget that textbooks are not merely storybooks of just words. They contain punctuation marks, notations, abbreviations, and symbols. They also include visual elements such as maps, graphs, diagrams, and illustrations. All these elements have to be incorporated into Braille textbooks with ample tactile perception elements. An innovative team of volunteers at Mathru Chaya work together to create tactile elements for these textbooks to enhance their purpose. Papers, boards, cloth, wires, and many other material are carefully studied, chosen, and crafted to give the blind a perceivable feeling of drawings, illustrations, charts, and maps through texture and shape. They also use advanced tactile embosser machines that produce high-quality tactile graphics using heat-sensitive capsule paper. As more and more sight-impaired students get into mainstream academics, the demand for multiple copies is constantly on the rise, requiring modern high-speed printing equipment. Mathru Chaya is ready to respond with the installation of modern printing equipment such as the Basic D embossers and Everest Index embossers, The volunteers are trained to use these printers with minimum waste of expensive paper. At Mathru Chaya, every textbook from LKG to post-graduation is made available in Braille, many a times in 3 different languages: Kannada, Hindi, and English. It's a product of love, care, effort, and technology. The single objective is to bring the world to the fingertips of the visually impaired. It's perhaps this unique responsiveness to growing needs and resourcefulness of voluntary effort that makes Mathru Chaya unique among the Braille transcription services in India. Students, parents, and teachers recognize its efforts as a good deed that brightens the dark world of thousands of children. Such appreciation brings with it greater expectations. To be able to serve the increasing needs, the resources of Mathru Chaya are constantly being improved. Infrastructure is being expanded to accommodate increased activity. Equipment and machinery are upgraded to keep up with technology. Newer processes and innovations are frequently identified to help produce books that serve these children more completely.
Under one roof, this society has got not only the Braille Transcription Center, the hospital, there is a foundling home, there is orphanage activities, there is geriatric ward, there is elders home, there is a bank of Canara Bank in our premises.
Mathru Chaya is a service wing of Canara Bank Relief and Welfare Society that was founded in 1961. It is an expression of the bank's concern for the relief and rehabilitation of the deprived in our society, a very unique initiative in the Indian banking sector even today. Over the years, this initiative has expanded to become a household name in Bengaluru, encompassing affordable health care for the sick and the ailing, affectionate home for adoption of abandoned children, geriatric care and home for elders, where the senior citizens are lovingly assisted and cared for in their twilight years, training center for healthcare assistants to look after convalescing patients, education sponsorship of many socially and economically deprived children, and Braille Transcription Center for production of Braille books.
Mathru Chaya is Mathru Chaya. It's like Mathru to everybody. And I also feel like that because whenever I come here, I feel as though I am coming to my mother's place. So much of attachment and so much of oneness and so much of affection, everything we get it here.
With the continued support of Canara Bank and other generous donors, this voluntary service initiative is expanding into other areas of social need. At Mathru Chaya, we are a unique fraternity, bound together by what we do. Inspired by the words of Mahatma Gandhiji, we strive to discover ourselves by immersing ourselves in the service of those in need.